Recording in progress.
Questions in the room, and if there's time, we can go to Zoom. Julie?
Hi, Bradley.
Hey, Julian.
So heading into the match, how's the squad looking injury-wise, status-wise?
Doing all right, getting some numbers back and getting around closer to the group. Good to have Ty progressing in a good way. We'll make a decision tomorrow for him to travel or not. Yeah, I think Frank is edging closer, but probably still too soon this weekend. Mika's edging a little bit closer to knowing whether, the plan of action what we chose and the direction we chose for his rehabilitation was the right one. So a couple of days expected there. Yeah, Bizo's, also trending in the right way, and we'll make a decision tomorrow as well. But yeah, other than that, I think it's good to get numbers back and be a little bit more competitive in training.
Then with facing Nashville for the second time this season with their 11-match unbeaten streak, has anything changed with how they play when scouting them?
Yeah, every streak comes to an end. We found that out last weekend. So, it's they're in a great shape, great form, great squad. It's fun watching them and listen, it's a signature that we use very similarly, similar styles. They just pack it in a different shape and a form. But it's fun to watch, and to see it succeed as well is also, I'm sure, for BJ and what he's trying to do and kind of what he believes in. It's good to see the sort of justification that it works, and which is great. I love watching him, and I'm one of his biggest fans, I'm sure. But yeah, there's a separation now, and we know we have a game to play against a really good opponent. The thing I like is, match day 4 is not match day 21. There's a big change between them, and I feel we have got better in many, many aspects, and still being true to who we are, and also, trying to, take more shots than the opponent, or concede less than the opponent. And I think we've kind of got that balance right of, what we're trying to do at the moment. And I think the past results, bar this past weekend, showed a lot of that. But yeah, I do feel we're in a good shape despite last week's result.
Thank you.
How has this group responded from the first loss in a while? It's been a while since you guys have had to pick yourself back up after a
yeah, there's no picking up. The group's in a good way. We know we put out a good performance against Columbus. We know we had the lion's share of everything we tried to do in that second half. We know we pushed the game to them. Unfortunately, we fell asleep for one action, one moment, and that into stoppage time of the first half. If you ask any neutral eye and any professional eye, maybe a draw would have been a fair result of that game. It wasn't meant to be, and that's the difference between, their team and our team maybe currently. But we've had games where we've rallied behind and scored late goals, and I think our best scoring moments come in the 91st and the 93rd minute. So, doing these types of playing these type of games against these type of opponents pushes us to a better level, and we'll be better for it down the line.
Nashville's been pretty productive offensively this year. How do you contain their attack with Surge?
Yeah, listen, we have Ty Baribo, who's on 13, Surge on 16. So we train in a certain way, which limits and mitigates what they're trying to do. And for us, it's like almost a scrimmage day. We've done this a million times against us throughout preseason, against ourselves, and that's pretty much what we have to do. It's a scrimmage against ourselves. They're just wearing yellow jerseys this time, and it's not a scrimmage, so we're going to have to go all out and make sure we put them under pressure exactly how we want to do it, and be relentless and dominant at it.
And with this game having pretty big implications on the Eastern Conference standings, does that bring anything extra?
Not interested in the standings right now. If I look at our work, a body of work, and that's interesting for me, how we've grown as people, how we've grown as players and coaches and staff and everyone in these four walls from a pretty desolate state in January. So that's what I look at, the bigger picture. So I'm not even taking into any account, where we are at number one. For sure we have the status, and for sure we have a target on our back. But at the end of 34 match days, that's when you round up the table and see where you're finished. And right now we're training in a good way, but it's got by no means to say we are the top dogs in the East. If you just look at who we are, and we're proud of who we are for sure. But yeah, there's other teams that have a shout in the say too. So at the end of 34 match days, we'll know where we stand.
We can switch over to Zoom. Joe Tansey.
Hey, Bradley, how are you?
Very good, and you, Joe?
Good.
Is it frustrating though, from your perspective, seeing Quinn and Nate not get run on the field? They entered the national team camp in such good form, and now they're sitting on the bench and they're not getting game minutes. Is it frustrating knowing that they're going to come back without a full 90 on their legs for almost a month?
No, I don't think so. I mean, experiences sometimes alone are the best things for a player. I mean, playing in a big tournament, having these experiences progress you to, or project you to, new levels in it unlocks new cheat codes in your own game form. I think, you just become a better player. You just become being around a national team and playing national teams as opponents. It's just a different atmosphere, a different feel, and I do think every experience makes you better. Obviously, you lose a little bit of this, but the way I know that coaching staff, they would be putting these guys through the camp and match day +1s, reserve minute compensation or player minute compensation and stuff like that. So they'll put them through the heavy loads on the days that they are recovering, the rest of the group, the starters, and they would train on their own and do a little bit to compensate that. So we're going to get guys coming in that are hungry, I can tell you that. And also we have guys here that are getting opportunities and finding out new things about different players from Union 2, from guys who, I don't want to say bench players, but, have different roles in the teams, and we're finding out new things about them, and we can rely on everybody in our roster. So, we've challenged the depth of our roster. And so far, in this stretch, we've lost that one game. So yeah, I mean, I think it's been a great moment for the club, for the academy, for the experience of everybody, and Quinn and Nate get wonderful experiences with the national team.
I think we've kind of asked about Neil Pierre almost every week now. How close is he to getting that first start or first significant minutes in MLS play?
You can ask me next week again. Nothing's changed.
All right, any final questions? All right, thanks, Bradley. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.